Hey everyone, Seth Campbell here. Welcome back to Segway Plays The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. We are on to the bonus content now that we have finished our adventure. And this first bonus video is going to take care of the concept of the second quest. As you may remember, after defeating Ganondorf, we were given the option to save our completed quest to a slot of our choosing, and we chose this one. And so I am now going to begin this second quest, and I will talk a bit about what is unique to the second quest. The intro, however, is not unique, so I will see you after the intro. I almost get the feeling we've been here before. The first thing you'll notice right out of the gate is that Arrow looks a little different this time around. She is wearing the pirate dress that she got over the course of the last adventure. I'd still like to know exactly who made that for her. I have this image in my head of Gonzo, you know, big hulking Gonzo working over a sewing table to get the stitches just right. So, those are the kind of things that will be different in the second quest. There's nothing extraordinarily drastic, just little aesthetic touches and a couple little things here or there, and rest assured we will talk about all of them in this video. Now, I really don't need to read the dialogue because we've gone through this all before. You can go back to my original videos, and incidentally, I have gone back and fixed the audio. The mix on some of the early videos wasn't great, so I went back and fixed that and re-uploaded those, so everything should be fine now. So here we are, right back where we started. All that time ago. When did I first record? Because I recorded a bunch of episodes before I even started posting, and then I had a whole bunch of hiatuses because of technical difficulties and schedule complications, and I don't even remember. Gosh, it's been a long, long time. But anyway, as we go over to Grandma's house, and we go up to talk to her, we'll be introduced to another little change in the second quest. I've been waiting for you, Link. Here you are, Link. Try these on. They are special clothes made from a special fabric that only the honest can see. Time certainly flies. I can't believe you're already old enough to wear these clothes. You got the hero's new clothes! What the? Wow, they're really light! The Emperor is not wearing any clothes! What's the matter? Why the long face? You can see them, can't you? Well, today is the day we commemorate the fact that you reached the same age as the hero of legends. You have to be proud about that for at least one day. Put them on and see if you can't fool anybody in town. In the olden days, this was the day boys were finally considered to be men. They were taught the ways of the sword to prepare them for battle with their enemies. But we don't live in such an age any longer. Our ways are the ways of peace. Nowadays, I suppose, Orca, yes, we've heard this before. Hang the family shield on the wall. Thankfully, Link does not take off his pajamas to put these new clothes on. So yes, in the second quest, Link will be in his pajamas and have the so-called hero's new clothes on over them, which we cannot see. Link probably cannot see, and if I had to guess, no one else can either. It's obviously a classic allusion to the Emperor's New Clothes, which I want to say was written by Hans Christian Andersen. I'll double check that. But anyway, so that is probably the biggest difference between the first and second quest, is you are not wearing the iconic green cap. You are in your pajamas through the entire game. Now, this doesn't have, any real effect on anything, except there are occasionally altered lines of dialogue. I can only think of one, but if there are more, I will be showing them on screen right now. And that's about it for the hero's new clothes. There are some other differences. For one, if we go to our item screen for the first time, we actually start with the deluxe Picto Box. You only have to get the regular Picto Box in the first quest, and you will start with the deluxe Picto Box in the second quest. So it's really giving you an opportunity to get any figurines you missed, in particular missable figurines. And this was the safety net I kept referring to when talking about the figurine quest. If you miss something in the first quest, if you cannot get it, you have a chance in the second quest, especially because, and I love that they did this, any figurines you added to the Nintendo gallery in your first quest will still be there in your second quest. So all of the figurines we've collected in the first quest, we already have. And as a matter of fact, in between the last recording and this one... Oh, go away, kid. In between the last recording and this one, I painstakingly went all around the Great Sea. I went back to the end of the first quest and got every figurine possible except for 3. One of them I couldn't get because it was the Helmarock King, and we all remember how that went. The other 2 are easy to get, and they have special dialogue as you present the pictographs to Karlov, so I wanted to save those for the next bonus video, which is the Nintendo Gallery bonus video, in which all things figurine will be covered. So this second quest, I had to, after doing all that, defeat Ganondorf again and save to create a new second quest file again. So this is actually, I overwrote the version we had, the second quest file we created during the main Let's Play. If you were curious, if you try to collect the Picto Box from the back of the jail, it's already gone. There is one other unique difference in the second quest, and that is that you are able to understand the ancient Hylian dialogue spoken to you by characters like Valu, the Great Deku Tree, and Jabun. So those cutscenes where those characters are speaking to us in garbled nonsense that we couldn't understand, causing Link to blink in confusion, this time around, we will understand those conversations. And I am going to show them all to you now. Oh, hero, thank you. Oh, hero, use the wind god's wind. That garb you wear, could you be the legendary hero? Has the king at long last found the hero of time? What is the matter? Do you not understand the ancient Hylian tongue? So, you are not the hero of time.
Well met, Hyrule King.
Well met indeed, Jabin. I am pleased to see that you are safe.
The events which we have long feared seem to have been set into motion.
Yes, it seems Ganon has returned. There can be no other explanation.
If you have sought me out, it must mean that you have found the hero of time, does it not?
Unfortunately, that is not so.
Then for what purpose have you come to see me?
The one I have brought with me has no connection to the legendary one. And yet I sense great promise in the courage that this one possesses.
Promise? You suggest that I leave the fate of Hyrule up to mere chance?
I do. It is the only way.
I see. Then I suppose it is up to the gods to deem whether his courage is true. I give to you the guidepost to the gods. This jewel should dispel the curse that Ganon has cast upon this land.
So that foul rain and endless night were indeed elements of a curse brought on us by Ganon. He must intend to cast this land into pure darkness for all time.
Tell me, Hyrule King, have you learned the whereabouts of the one who carries the bloodline of the princess, Zelda?
I believe I have.
That is well. You must protect Zelda. She cannot be permitted to fall into the hands of Ganon. I am counting on you.
Lord Valu, you arrived not a moment too soon. We are deeply grateful. Still, it is too soon for us to relax. Ganon cannot be destroyed by such simple means as wrath and fire. I am aware of this. Yet I thought our first priority should be to separate these two from Ganon's grasp. I see, and I agree. Very well then. We are counting on you. Well, that pretty much wraps up the second quest differences. So now that we have talked about all of those, I have to play through enough of this game to get the remaining figurines and to properly show all of the Hylian dialogue that you just saw. I have not recorded it yet, so this is kind of a weird time-lapse paradox thing. But once we have done that, the next video to come out will be the Nintendo Gallery, and I will be showcasing it in its entirety, so it will probably be somewhat long. I will be reading all of the descriptions and talking about some of the unique figurines and the complicated ways you have to get some of them. I do want to address one last thing, though, and that is the Infernal Tingle Tuner. Because I had thought I might have a way of recording the screen of a Game Boy Advance along with this and being able to show the things you can do with the Tingle Tuner. I was going to do a whole bonus video on that. But it turns out that with the recording and game equipment that I currently have, it is unfortunately impossible. So I will have to continue to pursue that down the line, and if it's something people really want to see, then I will do it. It's not extraordinarily... I don't know, it's not like revolutionary or anything. It doesn't alter the scope of the game per se, but you know, it has its fun little moments. So if I find myself down the line with the ability to record and showcase it, then I hope I will. But I will say this, I am not going to delay other projects for the sake of doing that. I have my second Let's Play project in the mapping out stages. I'm already taking notes and lists and making preparations for doing that, and so I am not going to put that on hold indefinitely while I try to find a way to record the screen of a Game Boy Advance. So it may happen someday. No promises. But if it does happen, it'll be a while from now. But for now, we've had this video, and we will have the Nintendo Gallery in the next video, and hopefully that will satiate your Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker appetite for the present day. So with that, I will call an end to this episode here. I will play through the game just far enough to get and show everything we need to. And I'll see you in the next episode when we will be visiting the completed Nintendo Gallery. See you then. Oh, one other thing. In the second quest, the locations shown on the treasure charts are a little bit different, and they are usually a bit farther away from their respective islands. The idea in this is that it makes it a little more ambiguous and a little more challenging to figure out exactly where you need to go. Each chart still leads you to the same island, so if you remember that or if you're working off a list, you should be fine. But if you're not, it adds a little bit of an extra challenge for your second playthrough.
Yeah.